you have to think of it as future plus perfect mixture, right? Just like in perfect tense, we use has, have, or had, depending on which tense we are talking about. Here also, we will be using those that have. Future continuous tense. What is the name telling you? That means something that will continuously happen, or some action that will continue in future. And what about the negative sentences? I will not, third form, I will not be, will not, then be. I will not be going with you tomorrow.
Welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption.
Welcome to Uninterrupted. My name is Hina and I'm back with tenses for you guys. By now we have already done present tense and past tense completely, or all 8 parts of those tenses. We have also covered future simple tense. If you are new here, please go back, watch those videos, understand the tenses, write your doubts in the comment section and I will get back to you. But today we are towards future perfect and future continuous tense. Alright, now before I take you towards future continuous and perfect tense, you know what you have to do. We have a deal. You have to like, share and subscribe so that I can come back again, right? And we have to practice tenses together. Don't forget. Perfect. So now that you are done with those things, I think I have all your attention, right? Because now we have to understand future perfect tense. By now you already know the meaning of perfect and continuous tense in other tenses also, because we have covered that. So when we talk about this future perfect tense, you have to think of it as future plus perfect mixture, right? Just like in perfect tense, we use has, have, or had, depending on which tense we are talking about. Here also we will be using those that have. Okay, but as it is future, we will be using will or shall. But mainly we use will, so you don't have to worry about shall for now. Just think that we are going to use will and have. But that is about rule. We have to understand that this tense talks about future and a particular time in future, just like every other perfect tense in past or present. So let's understand when do we use this tense. So this tense is used, let's take an example and imagine that you are in college and you will graduate by this time next year. That means November 2025. And someone is asking you that, when will your graduation be completed, or how much time is left, So you're going to explain that person that, by this time next year, my graduation will have completed. That is what this tense is all about. The sentence that I told you is all about this tense. That means future perfect tense talk about a particular time in future when your action will be completed. And that future particular time can be any time. It can be next year, next month, next week, maybe after 2 days. Like if you ask me my tense completion videos and I say that, by next week, or what is today? Today is, let's say, Sunday. So by next week, Sunday, or by next Sunday, I will have completed the tenses, right? So that is just, I'm telling you that a particular time in future will finish my section, finish my activity or work or whatever action that I'm doing, all right, performing. That is what this tense is all about. So what is the rule of this tense? There'll be a subject. I'm talking about simple statements. There'll be a subject, there'll be will, have, there'll be third form of the verb. Remember which form? Third form of the verb, also called past participle. Third form of the verb, then we'll have object. That is the rule of this sentence. Like, I'm the subject. I plus I will have, complete, third form is completed. I will have completed the tenses by. In object, we tell the particular time of the action completion in future, by next Sunday, right? It is so simple. But what if I am talking about negative of this sentence, that okay, I can't complete the tenses, by next Sunday. I am saying negative sentences. Then what will I do? You understand the statement or positive sentence or affirmative. Now we'll go to negative sentences. You have to use not, and not comes at the third place. If you remember, I've told you. So I have to say the same sentence. How will I say it? Subject, then will, then I will use not after have. Not will come after will, like I will not have completed the tenses by next Sunday. All right, I will not have completed or finished my graduation by next November or November 2025 or by next year, right? Not will come at the third place. This is like a hint for you to understand that, okay, where do I put the not? I put the not at third place. If you are saying I will have not, that's wrong. I will have not is wrong. I will not have is correct. All right, yes. Now, what if I'm asking the question to someone, or you're asking the same question to me, and will you be able to do it by next year or next Sunday? And you are asking that question in the same tense. So let's talk about question sentence or interrogative sentence in the same tense. Then what will you do? You know that helping verb comes first. So what we will do? Instead of adding subject in the beginning, we will use will first. Will, then the subject, then have, then the object. Third form in the object, right? So will I, or if you are asking me the question, you'll say, will you have completed the tenses by next Sunday? So easy, right? You have to, in each and every tense, in each and every rule, you have to understand affirmative, that means positive statements, negative, that means using not or did not, and interrogative, that means asking questions. And interrogative negative is also one thing. That means I'm asking question and I'm asking question in the negative form. Like, will you not have done this thing? And the object, right? So that is what interrogative negative is. So it is easy. Once you understand the affirmative or straight rule of a tense and when do we use that tense, you can easily put a question mark, negative, and every sentence. All right. So write a few sentences of this tense down in the comment section and I'll tell you if it's correct or not. Let's understand future continuous tense now. Future continuous tense. What is the name telling you? That means something that will continuously happen, or some action that will continue in future or a particular time in future. So we use this tense to talk about the ongoing actions at a particular time in future, not present, not past, in future. And remember, future is always imaginary, right? Yes. All right. So let's go towards future continuous tense. Just like every other continuous tense, you have to use first form or base form of the verb with ing. That's the easiest thing about continuous tense, right? You just use ing with the verb and it's done. Yes. Also, you will use subject plus will or shall plus verb plus ing and object. You'll be done. Actually, no. Something is missing. Because when you talk about this rule, it is a straight up rule, but we are talking about a state that will happen in future. State of continuing the action in future. So you will use be. Be means a state of being. So you will use will be or shall be plus verb, first form ing and object. Simple. Subject will be or shall be plus ing with the verb. Nothing else. That's the rule. So we use this tense whenever we talk about future time and the continuous action. Like, By this time tomorrow. Listen to this example very carefully. By this time tomorrow, or let's say it this way, at this time tomorrow. That means I'm talking about the same time in future. This time tomorrow. At this time tomorrow, I, subject, will be, then record plus ing, recording another video. Simple, right? Because I'm talking about action that will continuously happen tomorrow at the same time, right? On this date, next month, I will be attending a wedding of my best friend, or I will be attending my best friend's wedding. That means I know that next month my best friend's wedding is there on the same date, whatever date is today. So I'm talking about the future, same day, continuous time. You can talk about next year, you can talk about next month, tomorrow, next 5 minutes, whatever. Yeah. Tomorrow evening, I will be finishing the movie, whatever movie I am watching. Then if you are asking me in the same tense, then how will you ask? Will you be? Then will or shall will come in the beginning, or you can ask it that way also, that what will you be doing tomorrow at this time? And then I'll tell you that I will be finishing the movie at this time tomorrow, right? That is how question happens. Will or shall will come in the beginning, right? And what about the negative sentences? I will not, third form, I will not be, will not, then be. I will not be going with you tomorrow. Yeah. I will not be finishing this movie tomorrow. Will you not be finishing this movie tomorrow? That is interrogative negative. Again, not, third place. Alright? So you have this clear idea of not at the third place. Question, that means in interrogative sentences you use helping verb in the beginning. That is how you correct tenses or sentences in each and every tense. Just understand when do we use that tense, understand the rule, and form 3 to 4 different type of sentences by giving affirmative, interrogative, negative, and negative. Alright? And everything is good. So, what do you have to do? You have to practice 2 tenses, future perfect and future continuous tense. You have to understand the rules of both the tenses, states or the time where we use these, and then find out the real life examples and then use these tenses in your real life examples. And remember, these especially 2 tenses in future perfect and future perfect continuous tense that I'll be telling you in the next video, may be a little hard for you to practice because these tenses are not used a lot of time because we are not talking about future mainly, right? As simple as that. So you have to practice these tenses a little bit more than other tenses. So I hope you will never be watching any other tenses videos after these videos if you practice clearly. All right, all the very best with your tense practice. I have the last tense for you and a little bit practice sentences for you in the next video so that we can have practice together. So be ready, revise your tenses. In the next video we'll be practicing all the tenses. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening till then. I'll meet you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.